Discovering development. Plants and animals go through different stages during their lives. These stages of growth and development are called a life cycle. Organisms grow into mature adults, which means they can reproduce and make more organisms of the same kind. Plants and animals have different stages as they develop into mature adults. Organisms that change form or shape at each stage of their life cycle are said to undergo metamorphosis. Metamorphosis can be broken down into two types: complete metamorphosis and incomplete metamorphosis. Complete metamorphosis has four stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. During the larval stage, the organism spends most of its time eating so it can store energy to use during the pupa stage when the organism does not appear to be moving much. Incomplete metamorphosis has three stages: egg, nymph, adult. In either type of metamorphosis, the adult stage is when the organism is completely mature and able to reproduce. Most insects undergo metamorphosis. Frogs also undergo metamorphosis. Direct development is a type of life cycle in which the characteristics of the offspring look very similar to those of the parents. Basically, the offspring are a smaller version of the parents. Organisms that undergo direct development will simply grow in size. They do not drastically change form or shape. Examples of organisms that go through direct development include dogs, cats, horses, humans, alligators, birds, bats, monkeys, earthworms, spiders, and fish. Plants also go through a life cycle. Most plants reproduce with seeds. However, ferns and mosses do not. They reproduce with spores. Flowers and cones both contain seeds. Seeds are made up of three parts. The seed coat surrounds the outside and protects the undeveloped plant inside. Inside the seed are the embryo, undeveloped plant, and a supply of food for the plant to use while it grows. A seed will germinate when the right conditions for it to grow are present. A spore is a single reproductive cell that grows into a new plant. Mosses and ferns developed either a spore stalk or a spore case. The spore stalk or spore case has hundreds of spores inside that they release. Each spore can then develop into a new plant. In order for organisms to produce offspring, fertilization must occur. In fertilization, male reproductive cells unite with female reproductive cells. In plants, the male reproductive cells are the pollen grains, yellow stuff, on the stem. The female reproductive cells are the pistil in the center of the flower. For fertilization to occur in plants, the flower must first be pollinated. Pollination is the transfer of pollen from the anther, the pollen maker, to the stamen, to the pistil. Wind, insects, and animals aid in pollination by carrying pollen from one plant to another. After pollination and fertilization, a seed forms inside the center of the flower. This may develop into a fruit depending on the type of plant. Seed dispersal is the spreading of seeds away from the parent plant so they can grow. If seeds land right next to the parent plant, the seeds do not have a good chance of growing. There are four main ways that seeds are dispersed: wind, water, animals, and explosion. Some plants produce seeds that are light or shaped like wings so that they can be carried by the wind. Many seeds are inside fruits. Fruits are often eaten by animals. Animals cannot digest the seeds, so they are left in a new location to grow when released with the animal waste. Some seeds or fruits may fall in water. Water will carry these seeds to a new location where they can grow. Seeds may also be covered in a burr. The outside of the burr is rough and sticks to the fur of passing animals. The burr will eventually fall off and grow in a new location. Questions. Name 3 organisms that go through direct development. Number 2. Which type of metamorphosis do butterflies undergo? Number 3. Name the 3 stages of incomplete metamorphosis. Number 4. What 2 types of animal life cycles exist? Look at the life cycle diagram beside the first paragraph. Number 5. What are the 2 types of plant life cycles? Look at the life cycle diagram beside the first paragraph. Number 6. What types of organisms begin their life cycle with a seed? Number 7. What are the 3 main parts of a seed? Number 8. Once pollination and fertilization occur, what happens? Number 9. Name the 4 ways seeds can be dispersed. Number 10. What eventually happens to a burr?